welcome to Pearled in Texas, episode 3. We're glad you could join us today. It is Friday, September 11th.
It is.
Friday.
Where were you guys when the whole Twin
I was just going to say that. This is kind of a day of, everyone always is a little somber up today, with
sure.
everything that went on. I was actually on the highway on my way to my office when the first plane hit. And I had like a 15 more minutes on my drive, and I was racing to try to get to the office so I could find out what was really going on. It was just awful.
Mm-hmm.
And my sister lost a friend, a college friend, in one of the towers.
That's
So,
terrible.
yeah, it's bad stuff. So, how about you guys? Where were you?
I was also driving. I was driving on my way to work when I heard it on the radio, and again was also trying to get to because I was like, clearly I'm not hearing that.
Yeah.
Right. It's like certainly they said something wrong. So
Yeah.
trying to get there.
I was in work and I worked at a vet clinic. I was a kennel assistant, so I did all the dirty stuff. And at the time I was going to school to be a vet tech.
Okay.
And then until I realized that they don't make a whole lot. So, yeah, and then everybody was staring at the TV, and that job was like high paced, go, go, go. And to see everybody just staring at TV. And
Shortly after I got to work, they sent us home. I left and got my kids from school, and then I went home and watched news all day from from home.
We just sat in a car. I worked for a small company at the time, a startup software company, and we just all sat in a conference room, glued to the TV for most of the day. And it was just a horrible thing to happen, and just
19 years. Wow, it's
just
been a
never
long
leaves you.
time.
I know, 19 years,
I know,
right?
it
And it
doesn't
still
it's
seems like it's.
I've been to New
yesterday.
York since then, and I've been to the Ground Zero
Yeah.
site, and it's quite
no.
overwhelming. At
I
least
have
to me,
to.
it was.
It's very moving.
Yeah, very moving.
my brother he was working for the airlines when all that happened. So I think he was out of state in Wyoming, and my parents were like, just stay there. Like, we don't want you guys going anywhere. We don't want you to be alone.
Yep.
I think I was around 20 when that happened.
Yeah.
So they were extra cautious. So.
It was interesting. One of my girlfriends from college, one of my sorority sisters, was a flight attendant for U.S. Air. So of course, when it happened, I was trying to find out. And she lives in Pennsylvania, and I was trying to find out, was she on a flight, whatever. And we found out that she wasn't. But she just last night posted something I had never seen before in all these years. It was kind of in memory of all the airline employees who lost their lives, and it was headshot, good pictures of each person and a paragraph of information about them. And I was like, that was really interesting and just kind of nice to read,
Of course.
And it was just to honor the airline employees, which I thought was really, really special. So anyway, well,
This is Elizabeth.
oh yeah,
I'm Carrie and
Melissa.
Melissa. And I'd like to tell everybody I did not grow 6 feet overnight. I am sitting on, like a little middle console of a couch. So they didn't shrink. I didn't grow.
I feel like an ant.
I feel like a giant. So I'll slouch
And
it
I'm not
to
a
get
booster
down.
seat.
But
Yeah, we're at my house
We're
again.
at Melissa's.
I didn't think my craft room has super high ceilings, so I didn't think the echoing and stuff would be as good. So we're here.
Yeah.
And we were going to do it over by the table, and then I thought maybe because the natural light from the outside might wash us out or whatever. So we just decided with the living room. But I'm sitting on a little bit of a bump, so no, I didn't grow overnight. I'm still short.
She's
and
been
tiny.
working out, and it's paying off.
If only it was that
Stretching
easy, right?
out. Yeah, right. So, well, let's talk about what we're wearing. Melissa, why don't you start?
This is the LYS cardigan by Andrea Mullery. This thing has like 19 buttons on it.
19 buttons. Wow.
Not that she counted.
That's
No.
beautiful.
It's the cutest sweater ever.
And I knit this one out of Suburban Stitcher. In her
Curry.
stock, yes, curry in her stock base. So
You have a problem when you have the colors
I
memorized.
know, right? When you can see someone wearing something, you spot the color.
And I didn't adjust the length to this. This is exactly as written, which usually being that I'm 5'11", I have to do that quite a bit. But this one turned out pretty good.
Yeah.
It looks perfect on you.
Yeah.
I love it.
Thank you.
I love it.
And you, Carrie?
I'm wearing Andrea Mowry's Weekender. This is made out of Knit Picks Comfy in the October colorway that they don't make anymore. But and I live in leggings, so I'm just amazed. And if you look close enough, I can't get much closer because there's a table in the way. But right about here, it looks like a completely different pattern going up. That's the difference in my gauge. I don't know if I can get the lighting to show.
Oh, there, I just
That's
saw it.
the difference in my gauge from knit. This is all knit in the round, and this is knit one row, purl one row.
Wow.
So it looks like it's kind of on purpose.
Yeah.
If you looked on my Ravelry page, there's like a close-up picture of it. But you can, it looks like it's two different stitches, and it's not. It's still reverse stockinette, the purl bump on the outside. But
You're just that much of a
That's-
tighter knitter in the round?
I'm
That-
not. I'm
Yeah.
tight, and I mean I'm a tight knitter anyway. But
Right.
my pearls are loose, so if I don't have to purl,
Yep.
then the knit just stays
Yeah.
tight. And since it's all
That
in the
makes sense.
round, it's like all kind of condensed. And then as soon as I have to turn it around and purl, it's that purl row that gets like just a little bit looser to where it looks
Yeah.
just a little different.
Interesting.
But anyway,
Oh, it still looks good.
Thank you.
Design element.
yeah.
And I'm wearing this old dot net crop, which is very crop length by Caitlin Hunter, and it's all in Savvy Skeins, different colors. And we'll put the links to our Ravelry pages with all the color
in
names.
the show notes. Yeah.
It's very cute.
Thanks.
I like it.
Yeah, I made it.
This is Creed.
Yes.
He's
This is
decided
my
to
dog.
join us.
Our adoptiversary is coming up on the 18th.
Oh
We've
my
been him for a
gosh.
year.
Wow.
So he used to be 15 pounds heavier. So we've been
Yeah, he was
walking
a chunky
him
monkey.
and getting healthier, and yeah, he's done really good.
He's done fabulous.
So his personality's come out as he's lost weight, and he's been
Yeah.
playing more, and
Sure. He's a
I guess I need a
sweetheart.
bath. 'Cause-
He loves to like, Jackson does the same thing today.
So yeah, he's kind of my dog. Can't tell.
So what else is going on, Melissa? How are your kids doing with school? Back to
Good.
school.
Good. They haven't gotten sick yet. I know I've gotten a couple of little emails from my daughter's middle school that they have had a case, and they've sent, I think, everybody in that classroom home. I think they sent like 50 kids home who are exposed
Okay.
to it, and
To
I
the
don't know
one
if they're
kid.
doing online learning from that
Okay.
point on, but the high school, I haven't heard anything about that. My son, he just turned 18.
Wow.
And my daughter just
Happy
turned
birthday,
14.
Happy birthday, Audrey.
So, yeah. My daughter's like, I want to go back to homeschool because she doesn't like getting up in the morning.
I don't like getting up in the morning either, Audrey.
So, yeah. Yeah. So they're doing good.
How about you, Carrie? Anything going on?
Antonio's in Northside, so he's still at online learning at home. I'm excited that they did some testing this week. It didn't, in his specific class, it didn't go all that well. You had to have a compatible computer, and then Antonio logged in. He was one of the first ones logged in, and then it took so long for the teacher to let them into the room, because so he stays in a waiting room, and then let them in for the actual test.
Oh.
That he ended up getting kicked out, and then when he tried to log back in, his name was no longer on the list, so he didn't get to
That's
test.
stressful for a little guy.
It's stressful for all of them, and
Yeah.
I don't play. I mean, they've been working on trying to get ready for this test for over a week, so it's just one of those things that they couldn't foresee. Happening. He wasn't the only student that it happened to, so he didn't get to test, but that's okay. It was his math test. But I think Northside is starting I believe that maybe special needs and bilingual are getting to go already, because when I go get Antonio in the morning after the gym, I have to go super early on Tuesdays and Thursdays when I have him. So I go to the gym super early, and then I get Antonio and take him home for his learning, and I see kids going to his school. There's kids going in, and then there's the crosswalk guy. He's helping the kids all across and everything. So I know they're starting to let kids in, and then I think based on the results of these tests, whether I think there's going to be math and reading, and I'm not sure what else. Based on the results of the tests that they're trying to do over these next couple of weeks, it will maybe showcase children that need a little bit of extra help, maybe are a little bit behind, because they didn't have school the end of last year. Everybody just got promoted. So if anybody was struggling in reading or math, kind of didn't really know it. So, so And I think then they're going to start, like they'll say, okay, well, this one needs help in math, or this one might need a little bit extra one-on-one attention, or what have you.
Right.
And then hopefully they'll start going back. But I think even after that, I think their goal, I mean, knock on wood, without any cases, is like end of October to have kids back in school if they want to go. I mean,
Right.
obviously, if a family has
Right.
they don't want to send their child back. Then
Or if they have other health concerns.
right, like a
Autoimmune or
autoimmune,
Yeah.
or if they have a family member at home, like a grandmother
Grandmother.
living with them, or somebody that they don't want the exposure, they can stay. But Antonio's definitely on the checkmark list of let me go back to school.
Yeah.
So, and I think he needs it. I think he's looking forward to. I think he enjoys the social interaction
Yeah.
on the computer, but I think he would have more fun
Sure.
getting there. So.
Sure. My sister in Colorado, that I mentioned, I think in the last podcast, she's a principal at a Waldorf school out in Colorado, and they just finished, or today's the finish of their 4th week with still no incidents.
That's
so
fabulous.
it's really
That's
good.
so good.
They did have 2 teachers who thought they might have it, and they were out and went and got tested, but they ended up just having some other kind of virus, not COVID. So.
It's still
So that was
scary.
good. Yeah. Yeah,
It is.
it is. It's scary. I'm out in it every day. Scary, but what are you gonna do? You gotta keep living.
Gotta
keep
going.
living.
Keep going. Keep going.
So, best we can.
Yep.
Okay. How about finished objects? Anybody?
I don't have any.
I have a hoe.
No. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh. Okay. The song.
I have a blocker right here.
Oh, I like the color you chose for the contrast.
Blockers.
Oh,
I do too.
I can bring my blockers.
You can use these.
Super cute.
Yeah, I think
That's
they
the one you
took
did
it.
Continental, right?
Yes, and it's kind of wonky. Bring it up.
Very cute.
Looks great.
Yeah, I think they
Maybe
turned
shop
out good.
blocker.
Mhm.
Show me your.
So
Super
this
cute.
is the one that I still need to.
Oh, you're almost done with that too, then.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
And that's the unidentified yarn, correct?
Yes.
that matches your weekender,
Yes.
nonetheless.
And I haven't touched my weekender, so it's kind of sad.
It's so close though.
I know.
Well, I have a couple. I finished my tweed socks, which are just ribbed socks. Oh, do you want to put one on blocker? Oh, got your cat hairs.
Yeah, my cat.
You can see.
You're a hot mess.
It's just the yarn trekker tweed sock, and I put a contrast heel and toe with just some leftover hazelnut quill that I had up there.
I like how the colors are so pretty on that.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. They're real, like kind of exactly what I was going for, textured and I don't know, just kind of rusticy looking, but they're soft. So I'm pretty happy with them. So I have those finished,
We have a sock parade.
Sock parade, yeah. And then I cranked a tube. I've gotten better with my sock machine, my circular sock machine. Spent a lot of time with it over the Labor Day weekend. And I cranked this tube, and then I just put the heel and toe in manually.
That yarn is so good.
So
Did you
the-
crank the ribbing or knit the ribbing?
I knit the ribbing. Oh yeah, sorry.
It looks
I
like
did the
twisted.
cuff myself. I do like a half twist rib.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then a 1x1 half twist, and then yeah, I did the heels and toes. Yeah, so this yarn, interestingly enough, is called Mani Petty. It's by Lion Brand, and I got it at Joanne Fabrics for $3.74 a skein.
Wow.
Super reasonable. And I thought, oh, it'll just be good practice yarn. Well, when I cranked it, I'm like, it's so cute. I love it.
It's
really
gorgeous.
cute.
It's softened up nicely.
It's nice. It's very
But
nice.
I think it's gonna wear well too.
Mhm.
75%
That's good.
wool and 25% nylon. So
That's great.
yeah, and so I ended up getting 2 skeins at 250-gram skeins, and I'll get 2 pair of socks out of it. So for
That's pretty
less
good.
than $10.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
good.
So I'm gonna send a pair out to my niece in Colorado because she loves pink.
I love them.
So that, and then I also.
I'm gonna invite her back if she's gonna keep like showing us up.
Well, I finally finished my night shift. Now I only steam blocked it. I didn't wet block it yet
Oh
because
my
it's pretty
gosh, it's
big.
so pretty.
But That's all done in the Barocco Medina. So it's a lightweight yarn for Texas weather. So yeah, I have to say I'm so glad to be done with this. I
It looks fun.
liked knitting it in the beginning, but
Towards the end, she was ready to
probably a
burn
third
it.
of the way done, with a third of the way into it, I was like, okay, I'm over it. I just got bored with, and I'm not I guess I'm not a mosaic knitter. I don't like the slip stitching.
knitting.
It's
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I just didn't care for it. So this for me, I was thinking about that. You know, everyone always asks the question, are you a product knitter or a process knitter? And you know, I think I'm more of a process knitter. This definitely, I was only a product knitter because I did not like the
Yeah,
process.
she did not like it.
I have
But it's done.
It's gorgeous. I think it'll be perfect for Texas.
It will
Yeah,
be.
yeah.
Mhm.
I had it on this morning with my soldata just
Mhm.
to keep me warm. But
I have a sewing FO. So
yay!
this one, I was in the Running Doe Quilt Top Along, and she's a local Texas lady. I think she's from Cedar Park, like Austin type area. So I was in her Top Along. It was year long. So
Whoa.
this one my daughter claimed.
So pretty.
She has really great fast patterns. I would definitely recommend one of these if you're new to quilting or sewing. So Audrey helped me with this, so it was hers.
Did you have a kit for the fabric, or did you pick the fabrics?
This was a Craftsy kit or with blueprint.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep. And this is the back I got at Hobby Lobby. It's like little flowers.
That's so cute.
And so
You can see that. Closer.
And then our friend Margie quilted this for me, and I love how she
Yeah.
quilts them, and they all wash up all crinkly, and
Yeah.
she does a great job. So
Great.
That's
a good.
I'm not just being lazy. I just can't get up as easy as they can. There's a table here.
She wants to sit high and be lazy.
Sit high, mighty, be lazy.
maybe I should have gotten a crown.
Hey, could you work on that for next time?
I will.
Any other?
The only other thing I did is crank a bunch of tubes, which I just brought these to show you, but I'll just show a couple of them. So this was knitted with that Sassy Santa, which I showed as a
Oh,
stash
nice.
acquisition. I think the last
that turned
episode.
out so pretty crank. That's
Yeah.
like the perfect
So
type of crank.
that, and then these are Knit Picks Felici self-striping.
That's pretty too.
Oops.
What colorway is that one?
This. They just have numbers 4, 3, 4, 4, 2. How's that help you?
Oh, that's great.
That's abracadabra.
And this was just some bamboo panda silk. It's bamboo and silk.
How
But
did
I
that
had just
crank?
well when I was having a little bit of tension issues when I first started from my machine, and I couldn't work with this. But then I got it down to it and was fine once
Oh,
I
that's
figured out
good.
the tension. Yeah, and just more Felici.
It's good. Fleeching is so soft.
Yeah, it's nice yarn. It's very,
Yes.
I think, pretty durable. And this, I think this is Brazen Stitchery, maybe.
Or is
I don't
that
know.
3 Irish Girls?
Oh, 3 Irish Girls. Yes, sorry. Thank you. You corrected me.
Because I remember you.
And this is this was Patton's Croy. This striping. I don't mean to show all these tubes, but and
I think
this
that one's-
this is Madelinetosh. This was actually yarn that I got years ago. It's called Magic, and it was from Stephen West and Stephen B. We had an event at Hill Country Weavers. They were doing a tour.
Was it Magic or Knitting is Dead Sexy?
No, I think this
Oh,
is
okay.
Magic. Yeah, I think this is
'Cause I know-
Magic.
Okay, that's pretty.
Yeah. Yep.
And then did you
So-
want to show Mary's?
Oh, and then I did this for a friend because I'm going to start offering this as a service. And so one of my friends, Mary, was a guinea pig, and she brought this over yesterday, and I cranked this for her. This is knitted with in the post-apocalyptic eclipse. That is a mouthful. Anyway,
Mary, if you don't get it, don't blame me. Melissa stole it.
they want to keep it Mary. So,
It's more Carrie color.
It's definitely Carrie colors.
so that's all I have finished.
Okay, so whips. What do we
Whips.
have? Who's got hoagie stuff?
I have
Me.
one, but go ahead, Melissa.
So I've had car problems all week.
She has.
It's awful. So
Yeah.
I kind of
So
got.
awful.
It was horrible.
So awful that she just has to sit and knit all day long.
Okay, so first of all, I don't have a job. I'm a mom and a fur mom.
That's a job.
That is a
That's a
job.
big job.
So
This is her Elton.
It's my Elton so far.
Do you want me to take a close?
If you can, I don't know how much.
You can see it's
Audrey
beautiful.
calls this my sheep sweater because it's like.
It's just
Suburban
very
stitcher yarn.
delicate.
It's so soft. Like I wish there was feel a podcast.
Creamy
vision.
beigey, grayish beigey.
So that's what I've been kind of obsessively working on, trying to get this done, because I know there's another knit along coming up from Stephen West. His MCAL is coming up, and usually we all do that every year, and it's fun to see how everybody's colors come out and stuff. So I'm trying to like crank through this. So. But yeah, my car is now running. It's something with a timing belt or something.
Oh, it is running. Oh, that's
yes,
great.
I picked it up yesterday.
That's good.
So I'm super happy with that.
I have my staple linen top.
Nice. I haven't started mine.
So this is the back. And I'm supposed to knit this to 6 1/4 inches and then do some armhole shaping and then come and pick up the front. But I got bored, so I picked up the front early.
4 inches in and you're bored.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is the front is the real short part and the
Yeah,
And the
not much
longer-
coverage there.
yeah.
And this is the back.
Yeah, so I have like 2 sets of yarn.
The back and the
attached.
front are the same though, right?
They are the
And look-
same with the exception a little bit of the
Yes,
edge.
yeah.
This is like 4 rows and this is like
Okay.
10, but if you just follow it, then you follow it
Yeah.
exactly the same.
It's very pretty.
And when when they're both at 6 1/4 inches, then you do some armhole shaping here
Okay.
on both the front and the back. Technically, you would do it on the back first, then attach the front, and then I believe join in the round.
I love that
It's very
color.
pretty. That color is
Thank
fabulous.
you.
Very
It's called Yarn Stories. It's linen held double because it was pretty. It's pretty thin, so I wound it double. I have it in my bags for awesome granny fall
And then
bag.
this is a yarn.
And this is
owl.
a yarn owl by Diana Couture.
Mm-hmm. I love
Yeah,
those.
so
She's a Dallas maker.
So I have just to hold the linen together because I have 2 packs of. I think
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 owls hanging off of here. So here's my other
Double
owl.
L.
Otherwise, the linen gets all twisted and tangled. So that's my staple linen top.
Is that it?
I have the hipster shawl, but you can go with the cowl first.
Oh, okay. So the only hokey project the only thing I've really had time for this week is I started the Hipster Cowl. So, and
That
is
looks
in
like
Quincy
my
color.
color.
Yeah. So I've just gotten through excuse me, the first repeat.
Is
And you have
it-
to do six repeats, I think.
It looks
so.
like a fun pattern.
Yeah, it
you
is,
have
it's
like
fun.
garter, and then you have like a little bit of a tension span. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
It
Yeah,
keeps
this
you-
little bit in
Mhm.
here is the Indian, I think they call it the Indian something stitch, blanket stitch or Indian cross stitch or something. And then this is just pearl design.
is this one's yours?
This one's mine, but it's not the cowl, it's the shawl.
Oh, okay.
So it was in the middle of a row, but I actually have a problem with that little Indian stitch thing going
do?
on. Well, when I'm doing it,
Oh.
I guess maybe, first of all, I tried to like do this continental, and then I have like all these gauge issues, but it's okay. So this
It'll
is the
block out,
front.
it'll block out.
I figure it will.
Oof, that's pretty.
It's very pretty.
And but so you like yarn over 3 times and then you knit one, and then you yarn over 3 times and you knit one. So then when you're going back and you're doing the cross and following the instructions to get this little look, that is super hard to do on the same size needle. So what I had to do is I have to put a smaller needle on a smaller sized needle on my left hand. And so I knit I'm knitting with my right hand across the stitches on the left. So I have to have this one smaller. Otherwise, I have a really hard time pushing all those.
Yeah,
Because
it's
the yarn
tough.
overs like get on top of each other and stuff. So I have these on Diet Craft needles, but I had to do it on a set where I could get on Haya. Like I'm doing it on a size 9. So the next smaller size is an 8, and it's a completely different cord. So I couldn't do it on Haya.
Yeah.
I had to get it on something where the size 9 and anything smaller was on the same size cord.
Right.
So that's why I have it on my Diet Craft.
And what's that yarn?
This yarn is Harriet Farms
Oh.
Moon
Juniper.
That feels
Juniper
nice.
moon? Yeah, moonshine or whatever.
Moonshine.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
Tag.
Very pretty.
Thank you. It's stash. It's old stash. It's just, I had 3 skeins of gray, so.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
nice.
Juniper Moon Farms Moonshine. I think it's called Dew. Yeah. It has a bit of alpaca in it, so it's a little.
Yeah, baby alpaca wool and silk blend. So it's
Yep.
40% alpaca, 40% wool, and 20% silk. That looks really nice. Really
It feels like really, it looks like it's rustic, but then when you feel it, it's
Yeah.
soft. And it
It's-
has
yeah.
like a halo to it.
It's very
Nice.
subtle. Yes.
Really
Thank you.
pretty.
Those are my 2 hoagies, and I still want to do the understated sweater, but I haven't started that. So
Yeah, I
have
have 3
these
more
2.
ready to go, but just didn't have the time.
Do you guys have any other whips that aren't hoagie?
No,
I have
didn't
one.
bring anything else.
I
I
didn't
haven't made any progress on anything. So.
I brought my head blanket because I
Yay!
finished the 3rd color.
It's so pretty.
Beautiful.
So now I'm ready to start the next section.
And for those who may not have seen our previous episodes, this is a crochet pattern.
It is crochet, yes. And it's mosaic. So you only crochet from the right side. You never turn it around and crochet from the wrong side. So that's why there's a ton of ends, because you fasten on and then crochet across, and then you come back to this side and you fasten on the next color and crochet across and cut it and keep going that way.
So Audrey started crocheting.
She did?
Yeah.
Oh
so
my
this
goodness,
is her
that's
little,
so great.
she stole some of my, I think this is Barocco Vintage.
I love Barocco Vintage.
Yes, so this is her little crochet project.
She's
Well,
doing
we'll have to have Audrey on the podcast.
Yes.
She's not just an editor. She's a host
She's
now.
a, she's a
Yes.
too.
She's only 14. Shh.
Oh, okay.
Great
Yeah.
job, Audrey. Great
Yeah.
job.
And I don't know very much about crochet, so I don't know how to teach her very well, but we've been.
She's doing great.
Has she knit
does
before?
crochet.
She has knit,
Okay.
but so she saw this little stuffed animal bee on Etsy or somewhere,
Uh-huh.
and so it's all crocheted. So she wants to make a bee.
Oh,
So
cute.
so she started learning.
A bee is one of the first things I made when I learned to crochet.
Did
This
you?
little itty bitty bee.
Really?
Yeah. I still have I have it in my yarn room, like sitting in a little basket
Oh,
somewhere.
cute.
Aw,
Yeah.
that's great.
Cute.
Yeah. I have to tell her you know how to. Maybe she'll be like, make me one.
I'm not sure I would
Cute.
remember.
Well, I guess that's it for whips, huh?
Mhm.
How about acquisitions? I was really good this week. 2 weeks. I really haven't. Well,
You didn't have to go to the bathroom and go into a yarn store and buy yarn?
I didn't get any yarn, but I did order a hoagie bag, but it hasn't arrived yet. So technically, I'm counting that as next. That's next podcast
Sure.
acquisitions.
So I get a text from Elizabeth. She's like, are you going to get anything on the update? And I'm like, nah, we're going to be good. And the next thing I know, I'm checking it out and I'm like, click.
So you have one coming too. Way to go, ladies!
I know.
I'm so proud of y'all.
I did get
This is
one.
living.
I did get one little
Cute.
accessory by Kohana, and they're these little itty bitty tiny scissors. I have to bring
Oh
them
my
in really
gosh.
close because they're so tiny.
That's adorable.
And there's a little tassel on the end, and it has a little leather sheath, and they're like just these little itty bitty things, and they actually really work well. But I really bought them just because they're tiny and cute. So I don't know if I'll
So
ever
more
use them.
decoration.
Yeah, they make me happy.
That's what
As long as you're
matters.
happy. That's what
Tiny
matters.
little,
Yeah.
nicely packaged thing.
Happiness is hard to come by sometimes, so as long
Yeah.
as you've got it. that's-
So I was really a good girl.
I
Okay,
was
Melissa,
not.
show your stuff.
Okay, so I finished making probably close to 200 mini skeins for Savvy
Wow.
skeins. Because right now they're really hard to get to. Like, it's vicious. It's like toilet paper all over again. So-
Toilet paper crisis
Yes.
only for the yarn crisis for
So
dyers. Oh, that's horrible.
And also, our yarn club came out too, so I'm like, I gotta give these to her because she's got advent calendars coming out, and I want to pick up my new shipment. So this was my shipment. It is her DK base, and this is her her club is about like classic movies. So this is her Optimal DK, and this is Violet Beauregard.
Oh,
Do you remember her? She's the one that lived with the gum, right?
She is the one who turned into a blueberry.
From Willy Wonka, yeah, in the chocolate factory.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Blueberry.
So this was her Optimal DK base, and then she also has a hat pattern that's
Show the
free.
stitch marker.
Yes, Stitch Marker is adorable.
Willy Wonka.
Super cute.
So yeah, so this will be a hat, I believe, for my sister-in-law for Christmas.
She'll love it.
Yes. And then so I was there, and she's
because she was there.
doing a trunk show this weekend. She's like, "Well, this is what I have. What do you want?" And I'm like, "Okay." So I ended up taking home these. They just happened to jump in. This
Now, you
is her
already have
sock base.
You already have a pattern ready for this, right?
Yes, I forgot what it's called. It's a Boylan Knits. Her new one with the color work.
Oh yeah,
The sweater?
Yeah.
it's a
Mhm.
sweater.
Mm-hmm.
So this will be all gray, and then
Is
this
that
will
like
be
an
a
M
plum.
or something?
Yes.
Yeah, I can't think
So
of it either.
I have to buy the pattern still. I haven't done that.
Cute.
But that's what that'll become. I kind of wanted to pick something that's. I always go for the same colors over
I think
and
that's
again.
what, just same colors in my Soldotna.
Savvy skates.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
so I wanted to pick. Is this the bottom color?
No, my bottom color was actually a very speckled.
Oh,
With
okay.
a little bit of purple and blue and stuff in it.
That's great.
Yeah, that's my stash acquisition.
Nice.
We have no
So.
stash acquisition.
All right. We thought we'd try to bring you like some tips if we have anything. Do you
Of
guys
course.
have anything?
I don't, because you were going to show the things that I never
Well, I
heard
didn't
of.
want to just take it over. So, again, at Help Interviewers, one of the classes I took, I learned about these. It's a children's toy or craft thing. They're called Scoobies. Scobbies, and I got them on Amazon, and they came in like a package of 100. They look like brightly colored spaghetti noodles, and they're just really tiny, thin plastic. There's a hole in them, so they're hollow tubes. And what you do with them, I need a project, sorry. Sorry, I gotta get some needles out. What you can do with them is put them on your needles. Like if you're working on like a sock or a sweater or something, and you want to try it on and you don't want to have to put a bigger cable or put waist yarn in or anything like that. Or you can do it like if you need to put stitches on hold for your sleeves, something like that.
Oh, that is
And
so
you
cool.
put them on the ends of your tips of your needles, and you kind of have to push them. And they stick pretty well. I mean, if you tugged it, it would come off. But it allows you to slide your stitches onto
Onto the Scooby.
Scooby,
I
and then
love
you
them.
can, try your sweater on or whatever.
That is so cool.
Or if you need to free up some needles
Mhm.
in between projects or something, you can use it for
Find
that.
some-
But I use them all the time now. And then if you're changing needles, it makes it really easy, and then you can just
And then it's
kinda
easy to just
slide
slide
right
back.
back on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I used them when I was doing my Elton, when you join, because you do like the back
Yes.
piece, and then you do each front, and then you join it all in the round. So I used it when I was
It
working
just
on my
makes it
Elton.
easy going back on.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're back on my needles. Pull it off. But I'll put like stitches on hold or whatever, and then I'll just tie like a knot in it.
Mm-hmm.
I've cut them in half and done, tied them in knots
That
for
is
sleeves.
so cool.
Like I said, I don't know, like maybe $10, $12 for a pack of 100, and I share them because I have so many of them.
My cats like them too.
Yeah, but that wouldn't be so good for a cat. But anyway, I just thought that was
That's a great tip.
little tip that we learned from one of the instructors at the retreat, and I thought I'd pass that on in case anyone hadn't heard of them.
Yes.
Thank you.
And we'll put a link in the show
Okay.
notes to the Amazon thing. We're not sponsored or anything like that. But
Yeah, no.
if you guys are interested, it might help point you in the right direction. So, yeah, so I guess the other thing we wanted to talk about was Melissa mentioned it earlier, the Stephen West, West Knits Mystery Cowl that's coming up.
It is.
He's put out some pretty hilarious videos where
Yeah, I
he's,
think
like-
on his, is it on his Instagram?
It's on Instagram.
Yeah, he's
I
like,
don't know if it's on the
hello?
Ravelry thing. Yeah.
Yeah, he's having a conversation with himself.
Yes.
Yarn.
I don't know
Yarn is
how-
the phone.
I don't know how he timed that all out. That took some skill. Like,
Yeah.
really-
Yeah. Right.
That whole dialogue going. Yeah. Well, he's very skilled, so.
So funny. So I don't think I'm participating this year because it sounds like it's a lot of slip stitches, and I just learned from my night shift that that's not really my thing. But we have a group of our friends that for years have done his Mr. Cowl, and it's always kind of an event for us, and it's kind of just tradition.
It is
And-
tradition.
And
they
it
usually
all
give it-
draws us together.
Yeah,
and-
they
We
usually
all,
give it a
like,
funny
our
name
phones
and-
blow up,
Yeah.
like, whenever the clues come out, and we're like, what is this?
Yeah, just funny stuff. So it's fun if you have a group of knitters that you are in touch with or whatever. And it's a fun thing to do.
It is.
And we've done it for several years. And I brought some of my past years, so you can show them.
Yeah.
Melissa has a couple.
Usually sometimes we'll do like group orders on knit picks to try, because it's a
Yeah.
mystery, so we kind of try to keep the price a little bit more inclusive or more manageable, because
Yeah.
you just don't
You
know
never
what's
know
gonna
if you're
happen.
gonna love it
or
or
hate it.
Yeah,
kind
and
of
be like,
most of
what?
there.
Most of mine have been hits. I mean, I do like them, but some of them are a little crazier than others. For me, because I'm kind of regimented and whatever, for me, the whole getting into the Mr. Cowl thing was a lesson in learning to release control. And it was very cathartic for me.
Sure, I could see that.
And so I actually, it's every year a good reminder for me, you can't control everything, you shouldn't control everything, and just go with the flow. Trust the pattern, trust what you're getting, blah, blah, blah. So that, for me, it's a good learning experience.
Yeah,
So.
that makes sense.
But anyway, this was one of the first ones I did, which I did do a Knit Picks palette, I think was, and this is the 2013, the color craving shawl,
Yeah, we were
which
like,
was
what is
really
going on with
crazy.
all these big holes?
Yeah, they were doing like
What?
And our group gave this one a few naughty nicknames because we were having a hard time initially starting with it. And then we met Stephen West and we told him, and he just thought it was hysterical that we named what we named.
Everything
I'm not
has a
gonna repeat it.
nickname. No,
Yeah, they all have a
Yeah.
name. But we told them they told them when they did it.
Yeah. And then 2014 was Exploration Station.
I
Melissa
made this
did-
one, but I don't have mine
But you don't
anymore.
bring it? Okay.
but I loved your colors.
Yeah.
It's so pretty. I get a lot of.
That was a lot of.
This
This
is
was a
brioche.
lot of fun. It was my first time doing brioche. Yeah, it was a lot of fun though. I liked it because there were so many different things in it. It really held my interest.
Yeah, I made this one, but I don't have mine anymore.
And then Melissa has hers.
I named this
So
one on
good.
Ravelry 50 Shades of Grey because
Cute.
it was about that time when that whole book came out and stuff. Or it was very
Yeah,
popular.
2013.
I think
14.
I deviated on my iCord, but that's all that I deviated. And this is also Knit Picks palette.
That's so pretty.
This is one of my favorites.
Love the colors.
And then 2015, we did the Doodler.
Doodler.
I did not do that one.
You didn't do
I
this
took
one?
a break.
Oh, this one was so much fun. Or is that the front? I can never tell. Sometimes you can't tell what the right
I
side is.
started
or the
this
wrong
one
side.
This looks like
and
this
frogged
is
it.
A good Halloween.
So yeah, it's
Kinda.
kind of wild colors for me, but it was all stash yarn that I had, and I love it. I wear it a lot, and I always get a lot of compliments. And the unique thing about this was this big giant cable. And then it's like that you started with that, and then you added on, and you didn't know where this one was going, but it was like pretty crazy knitting it, and I loved it.
It looked like a snail for a while.
Yeah, yeah. So that was a fun one. I really, really enjoyed doing that one. And then I think the next one I did was Building Blocks in 2016. Melissa, you want to show yours?
Yep, this is again another Knit Picks value pack.
That was a pack, right? Yeah. That's
Yeah.
so pretty.
It's pretty
So
long.
this was kind of towards the end. It was kind of hard to like force yourself to finish this one.
Yeah.
And I was
I agree.
really close to running out of yarn. I think I did. I had to like fudge it a little bit for this.
It's super long.
It's a good wraparound.
It's not my favorite. It's almost like too angular for me or something.
At the
for my
edges?
aesthetic, but
At the-
that's just personal preference. Nothing
Right,
wrong with
right,
the pattern
yeah,
or anything.
no.
But that's kind of for me. I was like, not my most favorite.
The
favorite
different
one.
edges.
Yeah.
And plus, you did yours in yellow. Like, why would you do that?
And I love these colors, and because I didn't have like a good fall thing. And when I say I can't wear yellow, I really have a hard time with the shawl. And I probably should give it to someone.
With you when I said that.
No, but I like it. I don't wear it. I really don't. It's just the combination of the yellow, the combination of the angles.
Is this for Irish girls?
Yeah, I think it is.
I think I have this yarn here at home.
So anyway, that was mine.
I think it's pretty. I like the pop of navy blue in that one.
So I did kind of the yellow and the navy blue because I'm from Michigan and University of Michigan. Maize blue kind of tied into that, but yeah, I wear it for game days. That's it. None of that happening these days. Big Ten's not playing football. Don't go there.
Don't bring up that subject.
I know. Anyway, then 2017 was the Speckle and Pop, which was. Did you?
I did do that. I was gonna do every other year because
you didn't do this. This one was fun, and I wear this a lot. It's super bright. I made it just by the title, Speckle and Pop. I thought, no, I got to do bright colors, and it was super fun to do. And I wear this all the time, and I always get a ton of compliments on it. People will be like, "Oh my god, I love that scarf thing." I don't quite know what to call it. If they're not
that scarf thing.
Scarf thing. Thank you, I made it. And they're like, "Oh, yeah." And then I didn't do 2018. That was texture time.
Yeah. That one I started, and it ended up I got off on my brioche, and I'm like, it was brioche and mohair, and I'm like, no, I'm out. And then I ended up making my fading point with the leftover yarn.
Mm-hmm.
So the yarn did grow up, but
into something else.
Yes.
And it's a beautiful fading point.
I like it.
It is. I don't know why I didn't do that. I think I was going through a lot of stuff with work, a lot of work stress, and I just didn't. I had my yarn all picked out, and I think I even wound it, and then that was it. I was like, I can't. I couldn't. I was so stressed with work, and so I was traveling a lot too as well.
Yeah, it's hard to pay attention in the beginning because it had so much going on, because you would brioche one way and then switch it and then brioche the other way, and you're switching colors every couple rows and mohair, and it was a lot in the beginning.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot.
And then last year was the Starflake, and I did do that one, and that was a lot of fun as well. I wasn't, I moved last year, so I wasn't able to keep up week to week, so I finished it a few weeks late, but it was a fun construction. You start up in here, and then you work out from there. It was really interesting construction, which his patterns are always interesting construction.
Very interesting.
And this yarn I used was a silk blend. So
but he makes it very manageable. So when you say interesting construction, it doesn't mean that it's hard. He has amazing videos and all sorts of stuff.
He does. Tons of resources. And one of the other things is, we have a newer member of our group is like, I don't know if I can.
It's still in the needle.
Can do it.
You never finished Starflake.
No. And then they always live in this awesome granny bag. My Halloween
I love it.
So cute. I gotta get my Halloween bag out.
Have you seen the gnomes?
Yes, she sold out of those.
She did, but she's got more material. There's more material coming, ladies. There's more material coming.
This one I got on the Craftsier Blueprint. This yarn, it's like an alpaca base, and we got it super cheap, but it was actually a lighter blue, and I didn't like it.
You should finish that. The colors are so cute.
So I had Allie dye it navy blue over the top of it.
Oh, way to go!
Yeah, I should really finish it.
You should.
You should.
It was this Valentine, and again, we were just trying to buy things that were, price savvy for an MCAL. We don't know how it's gonna turn out. So that's fine.
Good.
It feels nice. It's an alpaca base.
So anyway, we have a newer member of our group, a relative. She's been with us for a year or so, but because of COVID, we haven't seen her that often. But we talk to her all the time. Anyway, she's a fabulous sinner. She sometimes loses her confidence in herself, and so she was worried that she wouldn't be able to handle this. And I guess what I want to tell you is, don't be afraid, because there's so many resources, and do it with a group. It makes it a lot of fun, because we would, 1 o'clock in the morning sometimes I'm working on something, I'll be texting someone, can you help me with this, whatever.
Do it with us.
Really
we'll put a thread in the Ravelry Group. Yeah, do it with us.
Not that I'm doing it, but
also
we're gonna make her slip stitches anyway.
She can help.
I'll direct.
Yeah, she'll be the director.
He makes really good videos as the clues come out, so you can kind of watch it. And then he
Yes.
also does it continentally in English style, so it's easy to follow along.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good.
It's really
Yep. So yes, don't be afraid. Jump on and do that if you're looking for something fun and usually a little bit of a challenge, but not too much of a challenge. And it's always fun. Always fun. So.
Yes, it's a lot.
And it's really fun to see the threads on his mystery cowl.
Oh, love to see everybody else's and the colors that they picked. And
Well, the Europeans always do like, because they're ahead of us. They're always like posting their stuff first. And
he has like a Zoom call or something.
Yes.
This Monday. Oh, I think he calls it like color bars.
Is it Sunday or Monday? Yeah.
Sunday or Monday, yeah, Sunday, whatever. And I think he's going to go over colors.
Yeah.
And all the
He gives you a lot of recommendations on things too.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I guess that's it. Do you have any like dream knitting? Any new patterns you're looking at?
I've shown it before when I said I want to make a linen sweater, and I don't know which one I'm going to do. Well, clearly I started the Hohi one, but this one's still in my I Dream a Dream. It's called Easy Line.
So pretty.
I probably shouldn't show like part of the pattern, but anyway, it's Easy Line. I don't think there's any other pictures, but it's got like a line through by the raglan. Here we go. That's the front, and it looks like there's like just like a raglan here, the raglan line, and it's like accented, like, you know, like by picking up a stitch on each side to make like almost like an I-cord looking thing in the middle. I just think it's so pretty. So that's kind of my.
Very pretty.
After I think linen's such a great yarn for here in South Texas. So and I haven't made myself a sweater with linen yet. So besides the Hohi one, I also want to make this one, and I have the linen in black.
Yes. How about you, Melissa? Anything you're dreaming about making?
This is what I'm gonna make
Oh.
with this. I think it just looks like a fun pattern. Like it has lace, it has cables, it has color work.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah, and it's short sleeve. It's good for Texas weather. So I think it'll be fun.
Speaking of which, we had a cold front come through, and yesterday we got to wear sweaters.
Yes.
So exciting.
It was super.
We went from 105 to 65.
It was 50. It was 57 at my house in
Really?
the morning.
Oh, I think we were like 65.
I walked Jackson, and it was Thursday, so I went to the gym super early, like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
it was so
so
cold. It was, yeah.
Plus, we've had a lot of rain and overcast cloud coverage, so without the sun, it keeps the temperature down. So it's actually been pretty nice.
It has
I think it's
been.
supposed to be 90 again next week.
When it's
Yeah.
nice,
It'll be 90 today.
when it's nice and cool in Texas, that's when you have to wear all the sweaters.
Yeah, you like just like where you pull out your wool socks, you got a sweater on, 3 shawls, a hat, mitts. Like, oh my gosh!
So no joke. Last night, my feet were cold when I got in bed. I got up when I put my hand knit socks on. At like midnight. I was like, my feet are cold. So I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
good socks on.
Good socks.
Maybe.
Yes.
Every year, I knit a pair of socks for my husband's grandma because she has that same problem. So she's got about 4 or 5 pairs of my hand knit socks now.
Nice.
That's so awesome.
Yeah. Good.
So
All right.
she's knitworthy.
Knitworthy.
I'm not finding knitworthy
I
people.
have to knit some socks. My parents are meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. My grandma is going to be 96 in December, and we had a trip scheduled in April with her, my aunt and uncle from Colorado, my other aunt from Colorado, my mom and dad and I. And the trip was canceled because of COVID, and my grandma's been really depressed, and she's going to be 96, and so we made the decision. We've done some research on flight stuff and how well they're cleaning the planes. I talked to one of my friends who's a flight attendant, and she wants to go, so I can't go because of work, but my parents are going to go, and they're going to take her, and she's so excited. But she's been asking me for another pair of socks, so I'm going to try to crank out a pair of socks for her.
That'll be
so
nice.
they can take
That'll
the
be
trip.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyhow, anything else?
I don't know.
I think that's it.
Trying to think.
Hopefully, the sound is good again this time. We tried
With
to
everybody
record
but
last
Melissa,
time.
because we just can't get her to yell for nothing.
I'm sorry.
And we appreciate you spending your time with us.
Yes.
And if you wouldn't mind, if you could hit the like, give us a thumbs up, and subscribe if you're not subscribed already.
Yes. We're still
that
going to do
way-
the 200 subscription giveaway.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
Pass it on to a friend if you so
Feel so
choose.
inclined,
We'd be
yes.
happy.
We would
if
love it.
People would do that, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we would be very appreciative. And yeah, so I guess that's it. Stay safe,
Yes.
knit, and be happy.
Yeah.
All
We
right,
also
see you
have-
later.
we have
Bye-bye.
Oh,
We have a Ravelry group too.
Oh, sorry.
You guys can join and post pictures.
yes.
Oh, yeah,
And
I
ask
was gonna mention that.
questions, and we're happy
Absolutely.
to answer them for you.
Yep.
Yeah.
So come check us out there too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
All right, now.
now goodbye.
Bye. Have a good one.